Hey guys, good morning. Friday, March 28th. It is the second to last trading day of the month. We do have Monday the 31st left. We had some red folder news at 8:30, PCE price index. At 10 a.m. we have orange folder, revised consumer sentiment. Let's go in here and mark out some levels. Today, I didn't put out a stream or a video yesterday. Had some issues with my internet connection. When I did get on, it was the afternoon. So I took a loss in my Topstep account. I'm currently 4 red days in a row. But I did happen to pass 20 Apex PAs, which I will also be trading today. So we're going to go in here and mark out some levels and get this thing going. So there's our 8:30 candle, which both ends have already been swept from the data. So we got 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. London high, London low. Eight to midnight, Asia high, Asia low. Now we're going to mark out the other indexes as well. Mark out Asia high and low on ES. Eight, midnight, Asia high, Asia low. Now we're going to do YM. London high, London low. Now we need 8 p.m. to midnight. Got Asia high, Asia low. And now regular NQ, because we like to track NQ on top of trading MNQ. 2 to 5. London high, London low. 8 to midnight. Asia high. Excuse me, Asia low. Got everything mapped out here. So we are also trading our Apex accounts. As you can see, we've got 20 PAs here. There is one PA which I had yesterday, which I traded and made $1,255 profit. The other 19 are fresh and have never been traded. So what we're going to do is we're going to chart on Topstep X, and we're going to place the trades on Quantower. Sorry. We're going to be looking to trade 5 contracts a day at a time on both Topstep X and Apex. We're shooting for about $500 profit or a $500 loss on each. Once one of those is achieved, we will stop trading and we will call it a day. Or if we have some good profits before then, $200-300, we're just going to go lock it in and call it a weekend. Friday, statistically for me, is a bad day. So I forgot I need to lock out my risk settings on Topstep X. So we're going to lock every single account's risk settings. That way, if any of them are triggered, we can't go in and change them. So zooming out to the 15-minute here, we are just kind of chopping around here on MNQ. But if you can see here, we did sweep London lows right here. But I would like to see price come out of this range that it's currently in before we make any decisions. I'm going to let that orange folder news. Sorry. You come back over here to the 15-minute. You can see we did sweep London lows, but we're kind of stuck in this range right here, and I would like to see price come out of this range before we make any decisions about what we want to do. Would also like to wait for this 10 a.m. orange folder consumer sentiment news to come out before placing any trades. It's not pretty right here on the 5-minute. So we're just going to wait here, see what happens, be patient. My goal this year is to achieve a $40,000 payout between 20 Apex accounts, 2,000 per account. So I'm going to take these accounts real slow. I've got my daily profit and daily loss limit both set at 500 for all the accounts. And Rhythmic put in a new feature where once one of your accounts or limits liquidates you, that you can auto lock the account. Um, it changes the status of the account from active to done for day, which doesn't allow any orders to go through whatsoever. So before you only had active and admin only for when you failed, but now they have done for day as a status. So that's pretty neat. Um, so we're going to use that and see if we can use it to our advantage here, help us stay disciplined, help from keeping us going on tilt and whatnot. So we got about 9 minutes till 10 a.m. till this orange folder comes out. We're just kind of chopping here, not really going anywhere. So when price action is like this, it's just best to stay out and sit on the sidelines. Oh, excuse me. We got a new low here on ES, going lower than the low that took out the London lows, and a new low on YM. And NQ does not have a new low yet. .5 minutes left here till 10 a.m. Oh, excuse me. Going lower here on ES and YM. NQ still hasn't taken the lows. About 2 minutes left here to the 10 o'clock hour. We just sit on our hands and wait. Remain disciplined here. Sometimes you need to remind yourself out loud. All right, about 1 minute left here before maybe we see some fireworks or we just continue to chop around here. Still making new lows here on ES and YM. NQ still holding. Has not taken out that low that took out the London low. That may be SMT forming. But 10 o'clock, probably going to go down and sweep. It's just so close to that low. I got about 20 seconds here. All right, let's see what we got here. Anything exciting? Yep, there's the 10 a.m. candle. 3 making new lows here. So we all swept that low. That key level of London low being swept there may be for an entry. We do have a singular 2-minute fair value gap here. We got 2 fair value gaps there on the 1 minute. Price looking like it wants lower though. We do have almost perfect equal lows. We got one there at 19,604.25 and another low there at 19,602.50. That would require about a 300-point drop. I'm hoping we don't go down that far today. So I'd be interested in a long if we get a close above this 2 minute here. Overall ugly delivery here. So we got a singular 3 minute as well as a singular 2 minute. And then we've got 2 1 minute fair value gaps here. Excuse me. Data low swept here on NQ, MNQ, swept on ES, but hasn't swept on YM. Price just took out 19,800s. YM did not take out the low. The prior low was 42,237. That candle's low 42,238. Big push down there. YM took out the lows there. New low on NQ and ES. YM is still lagging behind. It hasn't taken out the low. do have an SMT formed here. Looking like price wants lower though. Free falling. Price currently hovering around the 700 psychological level. If we get a close above this 1 minute fair value gap here on this last move down, we'll try a long. No trades yet, just sitting on hands here. Price went down, broke below 700 briefly to 19,690.50. We did make a new low on ES and NQ, but YM did not. This may be our reversal signal here. Nope. Price went lower. We're at 19,700 psych level on NQ, and we're also at the psych level of 42.2 on YM. Let's see if these levels can hold, or we're just going to dump farther. We do have these equal lows down here. That looks to be the draw. About another 100 points. I also have other equal lows here. If we go back and we look at the 10 a.m. candle on each, you can see 10 a.m. news on YM, that high was swept. 10 a.m. news that came out on ES's high was 57.11, and that candle took out that high at 57.11.25. But on NQ, the high was not swept. So its high was 19,879. While we wait, might as well break out the treadmill. Get some steps in here instead of just sitting. So I've got to jack the desk up here. All the way up. pull her in. And we'll get our walk on here. Nothing too crazy. Just a slow pace to get the legs moving, blood flowing. But it does need to be moved up a little bit. Let's try that. That's better. Not sure, but it looks to be a huge delay on YouTube Studio. Hopefully a refresh fixes it there. It's looking a little jacked up, like a 2-minute delay. Down she goes. New low across the board on ESYM and NQ. Not giving us anything to work with here as we're just going straight down. So we don't see our entry model. There is no trade. Just gonna wait here, thinking that we come down and take out these equal lows here at 19,602.50. Once those equal lows are taken, we may see some bounce here, slight retracement. So just have to be patient and see. Be right back. Bathroom break. All right, back. Sorry about that. I really think price wants these equal lows down here before we see any type of move back in the other direction. Data high on NQ, MNQ still untouched. It was taken on ES and YM. We do have a single 3-minute fair value gap here, but price is very hesitant, is not trying to displace above, so I think we want lower first. So I'm thinking we come down here, we sweep these equal lows, might form a fair value gap in the process, close above, get us an entry to go long up to those data highs. Low there is 5650.50. Low here 5650.75. Low there 5651. So this is the lowest one. So those have not been taken. How are we looking on YM for lows? We are pretty far away on YM compared to the other indexes. Okay, looks like we got ES and NQ going for the equal lows here. No sweep yet. Here comes the sweep. Price delivered down to those equal lows on NQ. We stopped just short 605.25 and the equal lows 602.50. So about 3 points away. So we took it there on MNQ. NQ, we also took it. Let's see if ES takes it here. Low is 50.50. Low of that candle is 50.50. Hasn't taken it yet. Tapped it. Like to see a little push underneath here. Did form a singular fair value gap when we took out those equal lows. We see a nice close above, we will go long. That was the target, the objective. We hit it. because data highs is so far away. We're going to go smaller. We're going to go with 3 contracts. Going to flip over to Quantower because that's where we're going to enter first. We're in long. Stop below the low. Target 10 a.m. data high. Now we're in long here on M&Q. Data high is 879. We're going to do 877. But we have our profit goal set on Apex at $500. So it's going to take us out somewhere around 19,714. So we're going to set this at 717. Low of that candle is 86.50, so we're 2 ticks below at 86. So we need to be 2 ticks below here at 86. Go ahead and mark this out. Entry 628.25. Target 717. Stop loss 586. Go ahead and turn the trades on so you can see. If it'll let me click on it. There we go. back over here to Topstep. We do have some equal highs right here on Topstep. So we are going to set a sell for one contract at 706. If I can get it right while walking on this treadmill. 706. If we project 2.5 lines up with London low, and the 4 extension almost lines up perfectly there. So we'll sell another one at 1.5. And we'll just let it ride here. See if the market blesses us with this trade entry here. I mean, we did have a higher time frame SMT, NQ, MNQ swept those equal lows. YM did not sweep it, and ES had a perfect set of equal lows there at the same exact number of 5650.50. So SMT formed, took out lows on one, didn't take out lows on the other. Retrace there off that move. Like to see this 1 minute fair value gap inverse here. Need to see that inversion hold here. Just gonna let it play out though. Learned our lesson earlier this week on getting out early. So I like the trade thesis. I like the confluence. Single 1 minute, good displacement, close above there. Higher time frame SMT, we swept that big level of liquidity on NQ with them equal lows. So if the trade fails, it fails. But I like the entry. Super patient, remained disciplined, sat on our hands, didn't force nothing, let it come to us. Currently bouncing back and forth around here at the 600 psychological level, seeing which side wants to take it. So looking at YM. YM made new lows there. ES has not made new lows. So I got SMT there. Whereas on YM, it went down. SMT. NQ did not make new lows. Flip back over here to Quantower. Currently down about 130 per account here. Need to see a nice bounce out of this zone. We need to see a big push off to 600s here. Need to close above that 1 minute. So we got equal highs. Another set of them here. So we're going to trim one here. 660.75. We'll trim another here. Looking at the projections. We'll do the other at 1.5. Need 6s to hold here. Need the 19 6s to hold. Nope. Stopped out. It's all good. Probably waiting on ES to take out them lows. Still haven't taken it out. I'm not sure how there's $100 difference in loss between Topstep X and Apex here. I need ES to take out these lows. I want to see something. So the entry here was at 19,624. And the entry was at 628. So 4 points difference. It took me out at 19,577, and it took me out on Topstep X at 19,588, which doesn't make any sense because my stop was below this low at 19,586. So 10 points of variance there. All right, ES finally took out them lows. Right there. The lows was 5650.50. We took it out 5649.50 by 1 whole point. So now let's see if we can get an entry here. Get rid of all this. Do have a singular 30-second here. Excuse me, 1 minute. No, that's the 30-second I was talking about. So if we get a close above this, we'll try those longs again. Currently down 400 points on NQ, 89 points on ES, and 590 on YM. I know a lot of people got stopped out on that inverse fair value gap entry there. NQ gave up the 600s. ES gave up 5650. I mean, that trade before was a good entry. We had that single fair value gap there. Come on. Single fair value gap displaced well above it. And it failed. So right now we're inside of a macro time though, 10:50 to 11:10. Let's see if we get another reversal entry here that actually plays out for us this time. We got a single fair value gap here. Still would like to see those data highs taken. Let's project this up just to get an idea if anything lines up or not. That can sometimes be a tell. No. I mean, we got 4.5 with London low, but I'd like to see something line up with that data high. Oops. What's up, Cirrus? Getting my ass kicked, man. Getting my ass kicked. Red every day this week. But been sticking to the process, following my trade plans, and everything else just ain't been working out in my favor. Don't have a good read on the market, but yesterday with that sale from that streamer that I asked you about, I did pick up 20 Apex evals and passed all those. So we are locked and loaded on the PA front. So, but currently down about 300 in each of those. We'll be interested in a long here if we close above this single 1 minute, since I got stopped out on the last one, which looked like a damn good trade. How you doing? You red or green today? Good. Fridays are my arch nemesis, but technically this week's been my damn arch nemesis. Sorry to hear about the blow up. That's why I've got my wrist settings locked on Rhythmic and on Topstep X here to prevent me from that. So if I got my loss limit and profit limit set on those Apex accounts at 500 in either direction. So whichever one gets hit. Yeah, you got to take 30% out of all them payouts and put them in a damn hole in the ground and forget about them like they don't exist, you know, because Uncle Sam wants his piece. You didn't separate them out before? You figure about 100K, if you pull in about 100K in payouts, 30% of that's going to be like 30 grand. Well, you can write off all your eval and PA fees against it, so it should bring down your taxable liability some. What I would give to be 21 again, 37. You'll figure it out. You can always put in an extension and extend it, and instead of them being due by April 15th, they'll be due by October 15th, which gives you several more months to take the stress off of you. You only have to pay basically penalty and interest on them being late, which, you know, might be a little bit, but still rather pay that extra money versus stressing out over about it. All right, so if we get a close here above this, I'm going to try a long here again. Talk about a boner candle there. All right, we got to close. We're going to go 2 contracts. Stop below the low. Move this up, figure it out. Come over here to Topstep. Place the same trade. Stop below the lows. Inverse there. We plot out these projections. That data high still untouched there. We're going to set one. We're going to go for the 4. Yeah, now we just need some follow through on that push up candle. So this inverted for us. We need to see this inverse. So this needs to go. The low is 55475, so 55425. Big push up there, just no follow through. Need to see that inverse. This prior rejection, fair value gap inverse here. Like to see a V-shaped recovery. Just take us back up. You trading right now, or are you done for the day? We got to get past this 600 psych level, get some momentum going here. Don't do the same crap you did on the last trade. This was the last trade I was in right here. We slept some equal lows on the 4-hour time frame. Form this singular 1-minute fair value gap here, and we displaced above. Good. We had a strong close above that candle invalidating it, so I went long looking like it was going to continue. But it failed. Got stopped out. Got a horrible feel. My stop was at 19,586. I didn't get filled till 19,577. Almost 10 points worth of slippage there. So if we get a close above this 1 minute and this 1 minute, I'll probably add 2 more contracts on there. Big old boner candle, I guess, forgot to take his Viagra there. Only like a 1 minute push, and then he ran out of energy. Come on, give us some follow through here. Let's see a close above both of those. There we go. Oh, bears have been controlling the day all day, though. Push it to the limit. No bueno. No bueno. Price just hovering around 19.6s. They're fighting for it. Yeah, I don't like to trade around the open there because I normally end up hitting max loss or getting chopped out. And every time it's directional, I'm not in a trade. You know, that's how that works. I'm going to try to trade it today, get chopped up, then the next day say I'm not going to trade it, and it freaking falls off the earth. I mean, you got a flag formed here, if bull flags are your thing. But looking like we're going to fail again. I'm going to get stopped out. I mean, look at it on the 4 hour here. You can see we took out those equal lows. We took out the equal lows on ES. YM did not take out the equal lows. So, you know, higher time frame SMT there. I've only got about $50 worth of drawdown left on Topstep before it takes me out of the game. So I can't take much more of a retrace here, or I'm just going to get stopped out, and Topstep will be a dud. I need to see a big push out of this level here, back above the 600s. Something like that. Now come on with some more follow through for us. Back over 600s. Come on. Take the blue pill. The blue one gives you energy. Come on. Nope, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. We fib this up. Currently at the 62. If I had to put some money on it, I'm going to get trail stopped out, and then it's going to reverse in my favor and leave without me. There's the trail stop out. And stopped out of apex too. Good thing I've got my loss limit set though. 500 times 20, $10,000 loss on the day. On Apex. And taken out on Topstep as well. So, Red Friday, just like every other Friday. Two good trade entries, in my opinion. They both failed. But, like you said, that's how it goes. So, come back next week. Topstep was red all week long, every single day. Those counts are close to being toast. So, I appreciate you stopping in again, Sarah. I'm going to hop off here. Need to turn these charts off before I try to do something I shouldn't do. So, have a good weekend, man.